that correct?
Well, the theory is obviously a healthier workforce. Yes, we have better premiums because we have fewer claims. So I think it's a win-win for the employee and the city, because it's the employee, having to regular checkups, and hopefully the city, yes, saves money in premiums by having a healthier workforce and catching things maybe we normally would be called if they weren't doing this.
My problem with it is, we're looking at the employees' insurance and all that. And most employees, when I was working with other employees when I was hired with the Chief Power, everybody sort of looked after themselves. And I don't know that, they already have insurance. And it looks to me like that I get a yearly checkup twice a year. And what I'm wondering if this is worth, with our budget like it is now, $8,000 a year, whatever. I'll go along with the rest of the committee, but council here.
I think one thing to keep in mind with that statement, we're offering the screening now and are only getting about 50% participation. So unfortunately, they're not all taking advantage of it now.
Yeah, I just, we're already looking at our insurance, and I would rather not do anything, do away with a program like this than mess with the insurance. That's where I was coming from. But the rest of the council members can look at it.
Well, my biggest concern, as it was back in February, and it doesn't appear that it's really changed with this, is the fact that if I go through the city screenings, and I grant that's a great thing, I offer it to people and do it. But my problem is the next step, because if I have a doctor or I have a coach that I feel comfortable taking my information from and taking it to them and going through it, wonderful. The problem I see here is we're tying everybody to CMS. You don't have an option.
Right.
And I have a hard time with somebody not giving me an option, telling me, go through the screening, great, congratulations. Now you've got to go to this person who's tied into this group. And it just seems to me almost a big brother effect of, we're going to suck you in, so you're going to come to us and our doctors and the Tree of Life and their whole thing. That's the problem I've got with it. If there was a piece of this that said they went to the screenings, if they came and they did this, then they got the reduced premium, and then you can take that information and go to whoever you think that you want to talk to and bring me back something that says you've went through this with your own personal doctor, then thank you. But to tell them you're tied to the Tree of Life, then I'd say that's where I've got an issue telling our employees what they've got.
We did talk to Carolina's healthcare system in regard to allowing employees to get information from their personal doctor and bring it to the screening. Now, what they told me is that a couple of things. It will cost $10 extra if we do it that way per employee, because it's administratively more difficult for Carolina's healthcare information to plug in data from other medical sources than to take it from their own. And also, they've got about 51 companies that they do this program for, and they said only one of them do it that way. All of the others, they just simply come to their employer screening and go through it there. And they also told me that they were actually considering discontinuing allowing that. They allow it right now, but they only have one company or client, if you will, that's handling it that way. So they're talking about discontinuing it altogether. I think a lot of it is just administrative ease in stratifying all the different data.
Has there been a step with this? And I don't know if it makes sense or not. I mean, none of us up here, we can say it's a great idea, but it's not going to affect us personally in any way. Have you taken any of this information to a sampling of employees and said, hey, this is what we're thinking about doing? Get 10 or 12 of our employees together from all spectrums of our city and say, this is what we're thinking about doing. Do you like it or not?
No, sir, we have not.
The problem I have with having a coach you got somebody that's smokes, you got somebody that's overweight, or whatever. They can coach you all you want, they want to, but it's up to the individual to look after his own health as far as, that's where I'm mostly concerned, that whether it's worth it, if you got enough people that would do it and abide by it. I go to the doctor and he tells me, well, you gotta do this, you do that. Well, that's a coach, and I've got to do it. Now, he says, you come back later on, you ain't done this, but you still need to do it. I don't see the benefits when we are, they can go to the personal doctor. That's where I was coming from.
Well, I know, excuse me.
Yeah, I just gonna ask, what percentage of the employees like the wellness program?
50, about 50,
About 50?
utilization wise.
But is that actually a true figure, Tina? Because some of the 50% that aren't coming through there, and I'm gonna use myself as an example, is because I'm already going. So I've already had that work done, so I don't go through the wellness any longer.
When you go for an annual physical, for example, that's filed under wellness because it's considered preventative. Now, actually, even though our report said only 50% actually utilize the wellness, part of that, it could be something as simple as the flu vaccination that the city offers each year. So in reality, it may be even less than 50% that is going through the wellness for a checkup, for this annual blood screening. We don't have that detailed of information. And I think our whole purpose and goal is just to simply make sure that everybody's doing the basic. And the very basic is just simply to get your blood work done. And it would be like the testimonial that I shared with you back in February. I mean, we've got an employee that, what would have happened to him had he not gone through the screening? He's still working today, but they identified a very serious life-threatening disease. And we just simply want folks to do the basics and to get that screening and to get the blood work done. And it's like Mr. Hoga said, I mean, you can't make somebody follow up on something even if it's identified, but if we can help just a couple of folks prevent catastrophic illness, then I personally think the program would be worth it.
Mayor, do we have to do this tonight? Do we have to vote on it? Can we wait till next budget?
We absolutely.
I know $8,000 isn't much.
Because we're notifying, let's say, for example, to Mr. Hovis's question, if we were to approve it tonight, we still give a pretty good advance notice to our employees. Is that right?
Well, Tanya and I have got to have enough time really before it would be, if it's implemented in July, we need time to go around and to train and have all these meetings with employees, because the timeline with this particular program, the timeline of the screening has changed. We normally have the screenings in the fall when we give the flu shot, but in this particular instance, we're going to have to break those two components up and have the actual screening in July. So that's going to leave us, with a month to,
Well,
get
what
all this
about if,
information out.
instead of waiting the next council meeting, there's a budget work session May 14th? Does that, I don't know if that's what council is talking about now or the next meeting.
Would that allow you enough time at that point?
That'd give us a month and a half to get it ready and get everything out. So.
Tina, can I ask a question as an employee? I heard you say that you could bring the information from your family doctor or whomever you're using for $10.